But the difficulty is getting people to believe something that they don't want to believe. And in each of these cases, this is where the money is.
I can't do this. I have to sit down again.
She was put in front of a judge and given a guardian. That was when they took her away from us.
I have no money, and I'm gonna tell you something. If it happens to me, it could happen to you. I will smoke when I smoke, and I will liquor when I liquor. And I will eat what I eat. How dare him? How dare him? I control me.
Hey y'all, the situation with Wendy Williams is really scary. It seems like people such as C. Williams, Dave Chappelle, Kanye, and others who warned about what happens when celebrities go against the norm were right. There are rumors that Wendy is being held against her will by the people who put her under financial guardianship. A new documentary came out, and some say it's part of a plan to make the public think Wendy is not okay and needs someone to take care of her. Nobody is saying Wendy hasn't had tough times, but what's surprising is that her bank, Wells Fargo, froze her money even before there was proof that she couldn't take care of herself. So Wendy Williams got diagnosed with dementia 2 years later, and it feels like they're messing with us for real. We all know Wendy had a lot of info about powerful people, and she wasn't scared to talk about it. Way back in the 90s, she was one of the first to drop hints about Diddy's private life. This made Diddy ban her from all New York radio stations. Diddy's ex-bodyguard, Gene Deal, even said he saw Diddy making calls to radio bosses, telling them to keep Wendy off all stations.
When she put out those pictures of the dude pulling his pants down, and it looked like some gay act that was going on, he got on the phone. He said, let me tell you this. When I get back to New York City, if she's on the radio station, he's talking to a radio executive. He said the same thing to he said, nobody that I deal with, nobody that I know is gonna do anything with y'all, no business at all. It ain't gonna be no artist, no nothing gonna come. He's telling people that at a radio station. When we got back to New York City, Wendy Williams was in Philly at a new station.
Wow.
That's the power he had.
This is just one example, there are more. Throughout her career, Wendy talked openly about many important and famous people, like the Hollywood big shots and even politicians.
Yes. I don't even think that they sleep in the same suite or in the same hotel. I bet you there's such separation that she sleeps down the street at one hotel, he sleeps up the street at one hotel. He's probably jealous because her dressing room door is closer to the stage than his. Like you know, Jay-Z is a good guy, you know, in terms of the music, but he's not as good as Beyonce in terms of what the world at large thinks. People are saying that, that Obama was actually flirting with this prime minister. Well, here's the other picture. Look.
So does this mean someone made Wendy quiet because she knew too much? What did Katt Williams spill about Wendy's situation? Let's dig into it.
That's why I can speak with impunity about the Illuminati, because I know who you would have to be in order for what I'm saying to bother you, number one.
I'm sure you've heard the sad news about Wendy Williams. Just days after a new documentary called Where Was Wendy Williams aired on Lifetime on February 24th, it was revealed that Wendy has been diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia. Aphasia messes with your speech, writing, and understanding of language. Frontotemporal dementia is a brain disease that gets worse quickly, and there's no cure. Eventually, the person diagnosed needs 24-hour care for daily tasks. Wendy has been open about her health battles, like Graves' disease, a thyroid disorder, and struggles with alcohol and substances. But fans are finding Wendy's dementia diagnosis suspicious. It came after Wells Fargo, her bank, declared her incapacitated and froze her assets in January 2022. Right after her show, The Wendy Williams Show, was taken off the air, Wells Fargo froze all her accounts and stopped her from accessing her money. I'm sure you've heard the sad news about Wendy Williams. Just days after a new documentary called Where Was Wendy Williams aired on Lifetime on February 24th, it was revealed that Wendy has been diagnosed with aphasia and frontotemporal dementia.
about my money. And when I began asking questions about my money, suddenly Lori Schiller has got no response regarding my money. I want my money. This is not fair. And Wells Fargo has no questions and answers with regarding my money. This is not fair. And Lori Schiller and Wells Fargo have this guardianship petition about keeping me away from my money. And this guy named Bernie Young, I know for a fact that Bernie Young used my American Express card to hire an attorney to file a petition against me. That was done with my American Express card. A former doctor had medical information about me that I never even got. It was sent over to Lori Schiller. I fired the doctor, and again, all I want to know is where is my money? This is not right.
This was recorded in March 2022, and you can see that Wendy had no trouble speaking and didn't show signs of aphasia or other dementia symptoms. But her representatives are saying she got diagnosed a while ago, and that's why she left her talk show. Wendy's family, though, is worried about her guardianship. Wendy's son, Kevin Jr., claimed some people on Wendy's team encouraged her to drink alcohol, and then had her sign documents and contracts while she was under the influence. Kevin Jr. said they're taking advantage of her, and it's not helping her get better. He also said Wendy's team pressured her to sign contracts right after she left rehab. After the Lifetime documentary, Wendy's financial guardian Sabrina Morsi filed a lawsuit against Lifetime to stop the documentary from airing. But the complaint was quickly dropped, making fans think it was a distraction. Some fans are comparing Wendy's situation to Britney Spears' conservatorship. Britney revealed that she was misdiagnosed and given too much lithium, which was used to argue she couldn't handle her money. Britney also said her lawyer, who was supposed to help her, told her not to share her story with the public.
And I would honestly like to sue my family, to be totally honest with you. I also would like to be able to share my story with the world and what they did to me, instead of it being a hush-hush secret to benefit all of them. I want to be able to be heard on what they did to me. By making me keep this in for so long is not good for my heart. I've been so angry and I cry every day. It concerns me. I'm told I'm not allowed to expose the people who did this to me. For my sanity, I need you, to the judge, to approve me, do an interview where I can be heard on what they did to me. And actually, I have the right to use my voice and take up for myself. My attorney says I can't, it's not good. I can't let the public know anything they did to me, and by not saying anything is saying it's okay. I don't know what I said here. It's not okay. Actually, I don't want to interview. I'd much rather just have an open call to you for the press to hear, which I didn't know today we're doing, so thank you.
After that, Kanye West joined the conversation, saying he was also given a high dose of lithium. When the host hinted that they might be trying to Britney Spears him, Kanye said they were actually trying to take him out, similar to what happened to Michael Jackson.
Saying is, look, they tried to medicate me. I was exhausted. They wrongly diagnosed me. And they when I asked them, how much lithium did you want to put me on exactly? It took them 4 days to answer because they were embarrassed about the amount, right? And I refused to take this, right? You understand that if I had taken the medication, I would not be here, and it would have been, he was deeply troubled. We miss him. We love his music, though.
Well, they would have Britney Spears too. I mean, look at
they would have Michael Jackson
or worse, yeah. So look at what they did. Look at what they did to Britney. When she went in, she was tired, she was exhausted, she was in a bad way. But 10 years of that medication wrecked her brain. You can see it now. You can see there's not much of her left.
Even way before Britney and Kanye talked about this, Dave Chappelle shared that he had to go to Africa. He turned down a $50 million deal from Comedy Central because they were trying to make him take antipsychotic medication.
Well, I was gonna leave, so I got ahead of schedule, and I bounced. And I didn't tell anybody where I was going. The whole time, they're trying to convince me I'm insane. They were trying to get me to take psychotic medication. I said, I'm not taking this medicine, man, because I know these people be trying to control you or maybe discredit you. I was afraid,
But you were stressed out. That's why.
There's no question. But it's very stressful for someone to constantly walk behind you and say, you're insane.
Yep, it looks like there's a trend in Hollywood. When a celebrity doesn't follow the norm or talks about certain stuff, they either get labeled as crazy. Katt Williams mentioned this recently, saying he tried to warn people about folks like R. Kelly, Harvey Weinstein, and Diddy long before everything came out. But he got threatened and told to stay quiet.
Yeah, because in 30 years I've done nothing but collect information, knowledge, and your secrets. So if you and a man was in a corner doing something you wasn't supposed to be doing,
you will tell it.
No, somebody come to tell me.
Okay.
I gather that, I value that, I'll pay for that. Come, tell me. I know so many things I shouldn't know, and they all know.
And isn't this exactly what Wendy Williams was doing for years, collecting information on powerful people? Well, we can't really put anything past these Hollywood deviants, as Katt called them, and Wendy's fans are now speculating that there's more to her situation than meets the eye, one fan said. I think they're determined to take Wendy out, and are doing so slowly to claim personal sickness as the reason. After she admitted to being in rehab while handling the show, I could sense that she had no control over her life. And another person wrote, they froze her bank account, they have her isolated, her family doesn't know where she is. When the production crew began to do a documentary about the come up of Wendy Williams, they wouldn't leave after they saw the state that she was in because they were concerned about her. Some stranger was appointed as her legal guardian, who decided to file a lawsuit only after the production was already aired. Shaking my head. But what's your take on Wendy's situation? Do you think someone wants to silence her for knowing too much? Drop your thoughts.